I'm Duncan Kirkwood, and I'm an activist with the Black Lives Matter movement here in Buffalo.
So what is the movement doing about the situation with India Cummings and her death at the Erie County Holding Center?
So there's already a civil case going on representing her estate to get justice. We are going to look at what we can do with we're going to reach out to the Minority Bar Association and see if we can start to, once we tell them what's going on, and see if we can work with them to get some sort of federal case or work with the Department of Justice to open up some sort of legal battle. Because what's happened to India Cummings is also happening to a lot of other inmates at the Erie County Holding Center, and we need it to stop. And so we're going to look at the legal side, number one, and what we can do there. We're going to look to support, there's a couple other community groups that are lining up some demands for standards and policies that would help improve the quality of life for the inmates at the holding center. And we're going to look to support them once they finalize their kind of draft. And we're going to use this platform of Black Lives Matter in our stage to bolster those demands, because we're all fighting for the same cause. And finally, we're going to form a website or a contact email somewhere where every inmate, once they're released, or if they were released a few months ago, whatever, can send their story of how they were treated in the holding center, so that we can start to compile the complaints and build this kind of storyline of what goes on there on a daily basis to all these different inmates, and then get them, if they haven't filed a complaint, help them to file a complaint so that we can, like I said, build this large-scale case so that everybody in the world can know the injustices that are happening to citizens here in our hometown.
Now, what do you say to those people like former Mayor Rudy Giuliani, who says that Black Lives Matter is a terrorist organization, it's a racist movement? What do you say to those people?
So the Black Lives Matter movement is saying that we have value, not that we're the only ones who have value. And in a country that has systematic racism, systematic injustices, there's still lingering effects of slavery, lingering effects of Jim Crow. For us to say that we have value and we love black people, that we support black people, that our lives matter, I can see how some people will be turned off by that, right? Some people who are like, no, we don't want them organizing, because that's what they said about the Black Power movement, that's what they said about the Nation of Islam, that's what they said about the Civil Rights movement. Martin Luther King was on a terrorist watch list, okay? So, of course, that's the first line of defense. Oh, black people getting together, they're a hate group, they're a terrorist group, we gotta watch them, we gotta stop them. And so, they have a vested interest in division, because where there's division and when there's confusion, it's easy to control people, okay? But when we start to unite, that's scary to a lot of folks. And so it's unfortunate that some people have painted it as this sort of negative, adversarial group. But us saying that we have value and we want to advocate for our own lives is not a bad thing. And no one is going to convince me that that's bad for me to say that my life has value, that my life matters, that my son's life matters. There's no one who can convince me that's a bad thing. We're not anti-cop. We're not anti-anybody. We are pro-black people. That doesn't mean we're against someone else. We're pro-black people. We're pro-immigrants. We're pro-gay trans rights. We are pro-self-respect, dignity, and equality in this country, not against the police or against this person or that person. We are about self-love and building our own people. So, some people are going to have their vested interest in trying to tear down black people coming together. But that because black men and women coming together, organizing, educating each other, that is scary to a lot of people in America. That is something that puts them on edge to a lot of people in America. But that's not our problem.